this adventure, we head to St. Louis.
Where are we off to today?
St. Louis.
St. Louis. What's the first thing that you're excited about doing in St. Louis?
City Museum.
Yeah, you know what I'm excited about?
What?
I am excited about St. Louis style pizza and toasted Rav, T-Rav.
Yes, definitely the T-Rav.
They are so big.
Denver's our home airport, and luckily Frontier flies out of Denver, so we took Frontier.
The plane.
What do you think this thing looks like?
Slinky.
I love flying at night and looking at the lights of the city as we pass over the Denver suburbs.
We are in St. Louis,
Doing what?
waiting for Aunt Kim and Uncle Jeff to pick us up.
It's a late night, and then an early morning pick up a rental car, so we go to our first destination. All right, so we're in St. Louis and downtown, and we're heading to the City Museum. It's an old shoe factory.
Yep.
It's converted into kind of like an art exhibition, exploratorium, giant indoor playground
Basically
for
a
big
town.
kids and little kids.
Basically a 10-floor playground.
First thing we notice when we enter the museum is it's decked out for the fall season with lots of spooky decorations. I love the way that they repurpose these bread walls to create a cool pattern outside the bathroom, and of course you're directly encountered into an undersea world with whales.
Oh, it's a whale town. Oh, headlamps. I may regret this,
Oh, you're good.
but I'm in a tunnel,
Oh, you got away.
in a hollowed out tree, sliding on my back. Tanya's over there looking at us. Hey, Tanya. This is very squishy. It's barely Jeremy sized. Kind of claustrophobic, not gonna lie. Not sure this is dimension for people my size. I sure hope there's a different way out. Oh my goodness, I made it.
At the other end of the tree tunnel, you're greeted with this multi-story jungle gym contraption made of all sorts of recycled rebar and slides, which are everywhere in the City Museum. Slide after slide after slide.
Hey, Audrey. Why are you stuck in a cage?
Slides give way to castles that give way to more underwater themed rooms. And then my favorite area, the caverns, full of dragons and sculpture and things to hit your head on.
So one of the highlights of the City Museum is the 5-story and 10-story slide. Unfortunately, the 10-story slide right there above me is closed for repairs, but the 5-story slide next door is still open. It's more than half as fun.
But you're not limited to the indoors, you also have exciting outdoor things to explore and climb on in the City Museum.
Lots of spiral stairs. Exciting kids. Not for the faint of heart or fear of heights for sure. Going up the slide with the
After a quick bite to eat, we head up to the rooftop, and Audrey does the Mantis slide. The City Museum rooftop is crowned with a dome that you can climb up, but not for the faint of heart, climbing up all of these ladder-like enclosures as you slowly become more and more horizontal from the vertical as you get to the top. But eventually, you get to the top and you have an amazing view of the people staring at you from below. sure how something can be both claustrophobic but also scared of heights. But you get some fresh air when you step out of that dome and see a 360-degree view of the surrounding St. Louis area. Exploring more, we run into a sideshow with some vaudeville acts in the City Museum.
There's times where I question my choices. Oh wow. Okay. This is very tiny. No. It's very squishy.
Nice, Papa.
So we spent like 4 hours in the City Museum.
Yeah.
Sliding, exploring, really doing our knees in. How do we score it on a scale of 1 to 10?
11.
I would agree. The City Museum, definitely an amazing, unique place in the world. If you're ever in St. Louis, you're going to do this first. You can do anything else, including the Arch second, but City Museum for the win.
Uh-huh.
Among the things that St. Louis is famous for is the Arch, but to get to the Arch you have to go through some pretty interesting industrial raced areas along the Mississippi River. Don't be mistaken, these may look a little scary, but they're actually pretty safe areas to explore. And of course, when you get down to the river, there's helicopters and riverboats and all sorts of opportunities to take in the main attraction. So like I know there's like a famous landmark around here somewhere, I'm not really sure where. After exploring the Arch, I get kind of hungry and thirsty, so we head to my favorite destination, Schlafly Brewery.
Around the world flight at Schlafly Brewery. A lot of beer for one dude.
The beer and the food is amazing at Schlafly, showing the variety of what you can concoct and still call it beer, and also locally sourced sausages and fresh food. No visit to St. Louis is complete without Ted Drew's custard.
Audrey, where are we?
Ted Drew's.
What is Ted Drew's?
A frozen custard place.
Look, frozen custard place, right there. Frozen custard place. So we're at the St. Louis Zoo. It is, well, the end of September. October 1st is next week. But it's Oktoberfest here, so happy Oktoberfest from the zoo. There we go. We've got beer. We have pretzels. And we're at the zoo.
A lot of things to say about why I love the St. Louis Zoo, but the biggest one is the Penguin House. This great attraction gets you up and close to these swimmy, flightless, fishy birds. Of course, another cool thing about the St. Louis Zoo is it's absolutely free to enter and walk, so you can enjoy the zoo as much or as little as you want, soaking in the animals and the diversity of life on this planet.
Oh my god.
Another amazing free attraction in St. Louis is the Art Museum. This amazing art museum holds a fantastic collection of all sorts of art from all sorts of periods of time, but of course I love the Impressionists and the Post-Impressionists. There's also a lot of artists I've never heard of here, but it's fun to kind of peruse the galleries, and once again, it's absolutely free to explore for anybody, so take as long or as little as you want and soak up the art. The Art Museum is in the heart of Forest Park, which is where the World's Expo was in St. Louis, and there's amazing lawns and parks to explore as well after you visit the museum. I forgot to film, but we did get some emos, toasted wrap, and some pizza. And with bellies full of toasted ravioli, the sun set and it was time to leave St. Louis. St. Louis has a great serviceable airport, Lambert Field, which we got on our Frontier flight and headed back to Denver on this late but beautiful fall day. Enjoyed our trip, and I treated myself to a glass of rosé and a good read on the Kindle before we were to